Doctors gave me 6 months to live. That was 12 years ago. Let me tell you why I'm still here. My name is Sarah Mitchell. I'm 50 years old. And if you or someone you love is facing an impossible diagnosis right now, I need you to watch this entire video because 12 years ago, I was lying in a hospital bed with stage 4 cancer, 3 young children who needed their mother, and a doctor telling me to get my affairs in order. Today, those children are 17, 19, and 21 years old. I've watched them grow up. Every single moment the doctors said I would miss. And I'm going to tell you exactly what happened in that hospital room that changed everything. I was 38 years old when I found the lump. I'd felt it for weeks, but kept telling myself it was nothing. I was too busy, too young, too healthy. But it kept growing, and one morning I woke up and couldn't ignore it anymore. The mammogram led to a biopsy. The biopsy led to more tests. And then came the day that split my entire life into before and after. Stage 4 breast cancer. Metastasized to lymph nodes, bones, liver. The oncologist sat down with my husband and me in a small, windowless room and said the words that I can still hear echoing in my head. We can try aggressive treatment, but realistically, you're looking at 6 months, maybe a year if the treatment works. You should prepare your family. My children were 5, 7, and 9 years old. They were babies. They needed me to braid their hair and pack their lunches and tuck them in at night. And this man in a white coat was telling me I wouldn't see them turn 10. I remember walking out to the parking lot and just standing there. My husband was crying. I was completely numb. We had to drive home and tell our babies that mommy was very sick. How do you do that? How do you look into the eyes of a 5-year-old and explain cancer? We didn't have to. They saw it on our faces the second we walked through the door. The treatment started immediately, aggressive chemotherapy. My hair fell out in clumps. I lost 40 pounds. I was so weak I couldn't walk from the bedroom to the bathroom without help. My daughter would climb into the hospital bed with me and just hold my hand. She was 7 years old, and she was trying to comfort me. That's when it really hit me. This isn't just happening to me. It's destroying my entire family. The worst part wasn't the physical pain. It was watching my children's childhood disappear. My son's 9th birthday, I was too sick to attend. My daughter's school play, I missed it because I was in the hospital with an infection. Every milestone I was missing. Every moment I was supposed to be there for, I wasn't. And the calendar kept moving forward. 6 months. That's what the doctor said. I could feel time running out. By month 4, the scans showed the cancer wasn't responding. It was spreading faster than they expected. The oncologist sat us down again and said the words that broke something inside me. There's nothing more we can do. I'm sorry. You should focus on making memories with your family while you still can. He gave me 2 months, maybe 3. He suggested I stop treatment, said it was just making me sicker without helping. He wanted me to go home and die comfortably. I remember that night, March 15th, 2013. I will never forget that date as long as I live. My husband brought the kids to the hospital, all 3 of them. They climbed into the bed with me. My 5-year-old curled up against my chest. My 7-year-old held my hand. My 9-year-old tried so hard to be brave, but I could see him shaking. And my husband knelt down beside the bed. We didn't plan what happened next. It just happened. My husband started praying. Out loud. He was sobbing, begging God to let me stay, to heal me, to give our children their mother back. And then my 9-year-old son started praying. Then my 7-year-old daughter and my 5-year-old baby girl whispered, "Jesus, please let my mommy stay." We stayed there for hours, all of us, crying and praying and holding each other on that cold hospital bed. I remember looking at my children and thinking, God, if you're real, if you're listening, please don't take me from them. I'm not ready. They're not ready. Please. I felt something that night. I can't explain it. It was like warmth spreading through my chest, like light filling up darkness, like someone whispered, "Not yet. It's not your time yet." The next morning, I woke up different. I can't describe it any other way. I felt strong. For the first time in months, I felt alive. The nurses noticed. They said my color was better, my vitals were stronger. They couldn't explain it. I told them I felt like something had shifted. They smiled politely and said, "That's nice, but the scans don't lie." 2 days later, they did a scan to determine where to focus palliative care. The oncologist came into my room and just stood there staring at the computer screen. He kept refreshing it like something was wrong with the image. Then he ordered another scan. Same result. He called in 2 other doctors. They all stood there looking at the scans and then looking at me like they were seeing a ghost. The tumors were gone, not shrinking, gone. The liver metastasis gone, the bone lesions gone, the lymph nodes clear. My oncologist sat down and said, "I don't know how to explain this. According to these scans, you don't have cancer anymore." He ran more tests, biopsies, blood work, everything. No evidence of disease. He wrote in my chart, "Spontaneous remission, cause unknown." But I knew the cause. God had answered a desperate prayer prayed by a family who had nothing left to lose. They kept me under observation for weeks, waiting for it to come back. It never did. 3 months later, still clear. 6 months, clear. 1 year, clear. The oncologist told me, "You beat the odds, Sarah. I can't explain it, but you're cancer-free." He was crying when he said it. Doctors aren't supposed to cry, but he did, because he'd seen my scans. He knew what should have happened, and he knew what did happen instead. I went home. I walked through my front door under my own strength for the first time in 8 months. My children ran to me and hugged me so tight I could barely breathe, and I didn't care. I held them and cried and thanked God for every single second I got to be their mother. My hair grew back, my strength returned, the weight came back. But I was different. I looked the same on the outside, but inside I was completely transformed. 5 years cancer-free, they declared me officially in remission. 10 years cancer-free, I'm considered cured. 12 years later, I'm here. I'm alive. I saw my oldest son graduate high school. I helped my middle daughter pick out her prom dress. I taught my youngest to drive. All the moments the doctor said I would miss, I got to live them, every single one. I went back to work as a nurse 2 years after my healing. I work in oncology now. I take care of cancer patients. I sit with them when they get their diagnosis. I hold their hands during chemotherapy. And when they're losing hope, when the doctors are running out of options, I tell them my story. I show them my scar from the port they installed for chemo. I show them the medical records that said stage 4 terminal. And I show them the clearance letter that says cancer-free, not because I'm special, because God still does miracles. 5 years cancer-free, they declared me officially in remission. 10 years cancer-free, I'm considered cured. 12 years later, I'm here, I'm alive. I saw my oldest son graduate high school. I helped my middle daughter pick out her prom dress. I taught my youngest to drive. All the moments the doctor said I would miss, I got to live them, every single one. I went back to work as a nurse 2 years after my healing. I work in oncology now. I take care of cancer patients. I sit with them when they get their diagnosis. I hold their hands during chemotherapy. And when they're losing hope, when the doctors are running out of options, I tell them my story. I show them my scar from the port they installed for chemo. I show them the medical records that said stage 4 terminal. And I show them the clearance letter that says cancer-free. Not because I'm special, because God still does miracles. I'm not going to tell you that everyone gets healed. I've held the hands of patients who didn't make it. Beautiful souls who prayed just as hard as I did, but whose time came anyway. I don't understand why I got to stay and they had to go. That's a question I'll probably wrestle with until the day I actually do die. But what I do know is this: God is real, prayer is powerful. And sometimes, when a family kneels together in desperate faith, heaven moves. If you're facing a terminal diagnosis right now, I can't promise you that you'll be healed the same way I was. But I can promise you this: God sees you. God hears your prayers. And whether your miracle is healing or peace or strength to face what's coming, God will meet you in it. My miracle was 12 extra years and counting. Your miracle might look different. but it's still a miracle. Don't give up. Keep fighting. Keep praying. Keep believing that the God who created your body can heal your body. Medical science is incredible. I'm grateful for my doctors. But medical science has limits. God doesn't. I am living proof that statistics don't include God in the equation. And when God decides it's not your time, there's no percentage that can hold you. To the families watching this with someone you love who's sick, don't stop praying. That night in the hospital with my family changed everything. Their faith held me up when I had none left. Their prayers reached heaven when I was too weak to speak. Your love matters. Your presence matters. Your prayers matter. Don't underestimate the power of a family united in desperate faith. I still have that hospital bracelet from the night we prayed. I keep it in my Bible as a bookmark on Psalm 23. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. I walked through that valley. I felt death's shadow. But God walked with me, and God brought me out the other side. 12 years later, I'm here. Not because I deserved it, not because I was more faithful than others, but because God, in His mercy, said, "Not yet." And I will spend every day I have left telling people that miracles still happen, that hope is real, that the God who healed me is the same God who loves you. If you're going through the fight of your life right now, this video finding you is not a coincidence. Hold on. Keep believing. Your story isn't over yet. And who knows, maybe 12 years from now, you'll be the one sharing your miracle with someone who needs to hear it. Cancer tried to take everything from me. Instead, it gave me a testimony that's helped hundreds of patients find hope when doctors ran out of options. That's how God works. He takes the worst thing that ever happened to you and turns it into the most powerful tool for helping others. My scar is my credential. My story is my ministry. And if it gives even one person hope to keep fighting, then every moment of suffering was worth it. Thank you for watching. If this encouraged you, share it with someone who needs hope today. And if you're the one who needs hope, I'm praying for you right now, for your healing, for your peace, for your miracle. Whatever form it takes, God sees you, God loves you, and your story isn't finished yet.